God.
My God.
My God.
Oh my God.
Let's get into it.
Oh my God.
Good morning, Julia.
Oh my God. We're already coming in hot with the inside jokes.
Good morning, Julia.
Good morning,
I mean,
Julia.
Do it.
I think it's too inside baseball, but
No, but you said all the millennials know about this.
no. It's okay. It's so niche. Maybe this is something that I do for like subscribers on Substack. I share this video because it is iconic lore. Or honestly, I could post it on our Instagram. Long story short, you guys, hi, hello, we're back.
Hi.
I'm Ellen Marlowe. I was Claire in the Clique movie, and I am joined by brilliant New York Times bestselling author Lisi
my.
Harrison.
Hello.
We were in the same room last weekend, and I showed Lisi an iconic video that went super viral via text amongst like, this was like, Lisi, when that happened, like that video went viral amongst the 20-somethings girlies of New York. I was like 24. This was like 8 years ago. This text of this guy cold sending a video to a girl that he hooked up with in the bar the night before, and it opens with him saying, "Good morning, Julia." And so I sent Lisi a voice message this morning because I knew she would wake up to it fully because of the time difference.
I literally laughed out loud, like spit take with no spit. It was so... You guys have to find this and watch it because I had no idea it existed, and it was so funny. Like,
I'll post it to our Oh My God Instagram. Yeah, I'll post it to the Instagram stories. It's iconic lore for 20-something girls that were in New York from like 2015 to 2020.
Yeah, and just put yourself in the
us.
head of this poor drunk girl, Julia, who hooked up with some rando at a bar, wakes up totally hungover to this video. Okay, go find it, come back. Okay, now you're back. Hi.
Hello. Oh my God. Okay, so we have 1 week in the rearview mirror of you being here where I am physically right now.
Yes, like I sat right behind you for half the weekend. Like,
isn't it kind of weird that now you know wherever,
Totally.
like you have such an orientation, like you could walk through this house blindfolded at this point.
Yes. No, yes.
And when you
It's
first
so
arrived
wild.
here, you're like, wait, that's where you podcast.
Yeah, I feel like it's like people that did the like Sex and the City tour in New York or who go to, you know, not Adventure Studios.
Universal.
What's the place? Thank you.
Universal Studios, the backlot tour. You feel like you felt like you were on the backlot tour when you came to my house?
Yes, like,
That's
this
hilarious.
is, it's so much smaller in real life, or, it's so much bigger. Like it was just like, it was trippy.
The best, the absolute best. So I guess like, let's just start off with like a little Austin recap. You came in hot.
I did. And it was so funny because to see you in real life, like, again, we're so close, speak 50 times a day, know the intimate details of each other's lives. But again, you were just a torso with arms for so long. And then like you get out of the car for a hug and I'm like, this is the whole of her. And it was just so bizarre to like have to acclimate to like, there is a switch that has to be flipped of like, okay, now this is the real person. And you don't really think that's going to happen.
Right.
But did you have that moment? I'm like, oh my God, this is her in real life. Like, it's so weird.
Yes, I did. But like in ways that were so like genuinely kind of endearing. Like I was like, oh my God. Like I remember like looking over at you in my car and I'm like, you're so pretty. Like I just like remember like having those thoughts like flooding through my mind. I'm like, you are so beautiful. I can't believe you're here. And like, you're so tan and your skin looks so pretty. And like we could not stop like throwing each other compliments. It was like insane.
Yeah.
And also I love that upon arrival, like the first interaction that we had, we were getting screamed at by the airport people to get out of the fucking road. Like we were holding up traffic, jumping up and down, hugging, being so obnoxious, like
so
beyond so excited. But then you came in, we drove. It was like a beautiful afternoon too. Like it was so nice out, and I brought you to my house, and it was just really nice because it was a Thursday afternoon, and I took you to such a typical Thursday evening for me, which I have to say, I love that it was one of your favorite things that we did. So
It was.
Yeah.
It felt like how I go to Broadway every Friday. Like it was kind of like your Broadway, like where you go to the bar, you have the martini, you know everybody who's in there.
Yes.
It's not most people's weekly bar environment. Like it's a nice restaurant where people would go for like a very expensive steak dinner which you had.
Yes, I did. Yes, I sure did. I sure did.
I'm like,
but
I
it was
had
so
2 drinks and an appetizer. Why is
why
the
was
bill?
this so expensive? I'm like, oh, I did order a filet mignon, my bad. But I love that you came in, and I understand what you mean. Like, in that moment, you felt plugged into my life, like going there.
Completely.
It's like completely
And I could
plugged
see
in.
why you would make that your neighborhood bar. Whereas I
Yeah.
told Wyatt, who lived there for a long time, and he's like, ALC is like where she goes every week. And I'm like, multiple times a week. And
Multiple.
I'm like, it's across the street. It's so.
Well, we walked. That's the distinction. It's
Yeah,
so
I loved
close
it.
and it's so quality. And like the fact that we can just walk there. I get home from a long ass day of work at 7:00 and I'm like, I can't even think, go over there for a burger, call it a day. Like, of course.
Yeah,
How
but
could
it's
you
nice.
not?
Like, it's nice.
Yeah, it
It's
is
not
nice.
a dumpy environment. Like, it was so your version of what I do. You know what I mean? It was
totally
plug right in. It was perfect. And again,
so fun.
the humidity there was my dream. Like, dream.
Which is crazy to me.
Loved it so much.
So
that
crazy.
made me very, very happy. I miss that tremendously.
Literally
so
insane. Yeah, I love that you were at peace. But then, so that was like a really fun night. But then we drank red wine on the couch when we got home and we talked until like 1 a.m., which is insane. But like we were just, I looked down at the clock and I'm like, how have 4 hours gone by? Like literally what happened?
Yes.
But you cannot drink red wine these days.
No, I cannot drink red wine, especially late at night, especially after a martini and a Greyhound. Like, what? I knew it was wrong. I knew it was bad.
Yeah,
and I was
but
so
we were
sucked
having
up in the
too
moment.
much fun.
Yes, and then you know what also happens? I realize, like, when I'm with you all the time and I'm looking at your face, I think my face looks that young too. And then I start to think that I'm that young too, because I'm such an empath, and like what you feel, I feel, and then I become you. And I literally had this moment so many times where I'm like talking to you so long and I'm like, oh, our skin looks so good. And then I go look in the mirror and it's like, ree. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't look like that. And I think it happened in the moment too, where I'm like, oh, we just drink red wine all night because that's what we do when we're 32.
Totally.
And that's what I did when I was 32.
Totally.
And the next day was not good for
you were
Lisi,
struggling. You were struggling. I was up at like 6:30, went to the office, like,
oh,
so
you're dunking your face in your ice bath water, which like
love, the best thing ever.
Medic.
So, yep. And so I had to go to work, and Lisi, I set up like a nice little itinerary for you. Here's some shopping, and then lunch at one of the best restaurants in town. If anyone is familiar with Austin, they're likely familiar with this restaurant. It's called Sammy's Italian. It is fabulous. And they do a jazzy Friday lunch. So I got Lisi a reservation at the bar. Well, I had to go be boring at work. Wah. But you shopped and you wanted to kill me because I told you to take an Uber too.
You guys, you cannot even possibly imagine. This is not hyperbolic. This is the God honest truth. First of all, you're the best EA, like the executive assistants of you. Let me tell you, this girl knows how to schedule things, put you on a path, and keep you on that path. You are like a shepherd herder dog or whatever it is. Like, you are so good.
Totally.
So
oh my
good.
God, thank you.
She drops me off in this neighborhood where I'm supposed to like do the shopping and the whole deal. Meanwhile, every store was stunning, but like starting price is like $600 for a sweater. I'm like, and I was already hungover and miserable. And I'm like, this is just, my brain is swirling. Like, I can't. And she's like, just remember at this time, call an Uber and get in the Uber to go to Sammy's, the restaurant. This is not a lie or an exaggeration. Sammy's was 2 blocks away. Literally. I put it on Google Maps and there's like 4 dots between me and the rest.
It's shameful. It's shameful.
If I Ubered there, like the guy would have been like, get the fuck out. What are you doing? Like the second he hit the gas, he would have had to slam on the brake. It was not normal.
Up. Yeah.
And you're like, well, it's hot. And I'm like,
it's hot. I don't want to walk in the heat. But then you have blisters
2
on your
blocks.
feet. And that's what you got for all that walking. Because then you walked all the way home anyway. So you have a fantastic lunch at Sammy's.
And you told me to get the mozzarella sticks, which again, haven't done since like 3rd grade birthday party. They were amazing, but not what I should have been eating due to my condition. Now, this is what I've been waiting to tell you for a week. And I've been waiting to tell you here because it's Literally the best thing I've stumbled on possibly in my entire life. I'm on all these medical like newsletters, whatever. Like, you just get shit into your inbox. Like in 30 years, you'll be getting this too.
Not something I can relate to at this moment, but sure, I'll
No,
take your
but
word
trust
for it.
me, like
Got it,
voice
got it,
from
got
your
it.
future. So I get this
Okay.
random junk email like, oh, like it's tick season, like Lyme's disease. And also there's this new thing. Its initials are AGS. It is the most Clique-coded, Lisi-coded, exactly what happened to me coded issue. Do you know what it's called? I am not making it up. I printed it out. Alpha-gal syndrome.
What are the symptoms?
I printed it and highlighted it. It's called alpha-gal syndrome.
Alpha-gal
There's a
syndrome.
bunch of people who are having fun. I guess they've been cured from it. I'm going to AGS, again, alpha-gal syndrome. Is a serious and potentially life-threatening allergy that can develop after a bite from some kinds of ticks, especially, are you ready? The common Lone Star tick. Isn't Texas the Lone
is
Star
the Lone
state?
Star state. That's true.
So I think I got AGS from the Lone Star tick when I was there.
Cannot.
It causes your immune system to react to a sugar molecule called alpha-gal, which is found in most mammals but not humans. Swelling of the eyelids. Do you remember the whole trip? I'm like, my eyelids are so sore.
Y'all, the entire weekend, Lisi's like, I look like the Elephant Man. My eyes are swollen shut. Why do I look insane? I'm like, you look beautiful. Like, what are you talking? I was like, you are insane. I thought she was like being so crazy, but you were like, my eyes are so puffy. I got out 3 different kinds of ice rollers from my freezer. We were like rolling her eyes out. It was insane. Wait, yes, that's not real. That is not real.
I highlighted it. Look, eyelids.
Swollen eyelids.
And then shortness of breath or wheezing. We were wheezing a lot, but I think that was from laughing.
We were wheezing from laughter.
Abdominal pain, nausea, vomiting, or diarrhea. Not to give too much away, but I was having some AGS, IBS, GLU issues. For real, I think I got alpha-gal syndrome.
From the Lone Star tick.
Yes, I cannot make this up. But is that not the best? It's true. And you get it, it's triggered from like eating meat, which we did.
We did.
And dairy. Mozzarella sticks.
Lots of, and queso. And queso fundido.
I am not kidding. This is the craziest find ever. I have to bring this to my concierge doctor and we need to do the test. Yeah. I've been dying to tell you that for a week. AGS.
I mean, I know that you love to have answers. So I'm glad that you have somewhat of an answer. Let's see if it's confirmed. You should get tested. That's no joke.
I'm going to. Things. No, it's not. So like GLUs, if you find yourself with any of these syndromes and you're fabulous, I think you might be a candidate for AGS.
Have you ever seen School of Rock with Jack Black?
Yeah.
How he tells all the kids, he tells all the kids to stick it to the man, and then when he's telling them all to pretend to be sick and dying, so they get into the battle of the bands, he tells the guy running the show they've got a severe case of stick it to the man neosis. So I think I kind of have like a mild case of alpha-gal syndrome and a severe case of stick it to the man neosis. Like, because I love to stick it to the man, like for real. I do.
I mean, thoughts and prayers to you.
I swear to God.
Your recovery is not going to be pretty.
It's a daily struggle.
Lone Star state. Watch those eyelids.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, so back to Friday. So you have a great lunch. You go shopping, come home. You snuggle with my sweet little Oreo, my puppy.
God, I love him.
Who loved you so much. And he was just in your lap literally the entire weekend.
Yes.
It was
I
so
sent Wyatt
cute.
a picture of his asshole, which was like
in your face.
The evil eye glaring at me. But I didn't even mind. I love him that much.
And then we went to Fonda San Miguel, which is like a classic Austin Mexican. It was so your vibe. Like I knew you would be like the atmosphere, the mariachi band, incredible music, incredible margarita. But like even the acid was getting to me a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Like I was getting a little bit of heartburn from that marg. Like no, we were both like powering through. But we leave, and y'all, like, this is the craziest thing. So we leave dinner. We have a fantastic time.
Mm-hmm.
We debated the difference between the 3 words, cunt, twat, and bitch. And we decided what makes a bitch, what makes a twat, what makes a see you next Tuesday.
And it's all very specific.
And nuanced.
Like, you know it. You know when to use that. And which
Sound
one?
off in the comments and let us know what you think the distinctions are, and we'll tell you if we agree.
There was a twat or behind us who
God,
the
she
place
was a twat.
Slammed.
Yeah.
Slammed. And this twat asked for a margarita to go. And the guy
well, she asked for food to go and a margarita, and so he gave her a margarita to go and wrapped it up and did the whole thing.
Which
She's
when
like,
I tell you
no,
this,
I just wanted a margarita for when I'm waiting. She was so
like, I
rude
don't
to
need you
this
to wrap it
bartender.
up. Meanwhile, this guy was in the freaking trenches.
He was
It
drenched
was
in
one
sweat.
V 10,000. Like he had
my
no
God.
time for wrapping her thing in cellophane like a fruit basket. Yet he did.
Which he did.
And she couldn't even unwrap it herself. She had to hand it back to him. It was so that launched that conversation.
Such twat behavior if I've ever seen it. Like twat. That Lisi and I were like, okay, what's the difference between a twat and a cunt? Like maybe she was a twunt, a combination of the two. Like it was insane.
Or a twitch.
Or a twitch. Like we were truly like debating. So that was our dinner conversation. If you want to know what we were chatting about over our margarita, please tell us what you think the distinctions are between the three. We leave the restaurant, get in our Waymo to go. Lisi's first Waymo ride. So fun. I love it too. Sorry, I do. I love it. I am who I am. We get in the car and Lisi's like, I'm like, okay, we have one more stop and then we're going to go home. And Lisi's like, I'm tired. Like, aren't you tired? I'm like, I am, but I think it's one of those things where we show up and if it doesn't work, if there's a line, if there is a crazy cover charge, a private party, what's meant to be will be. If it's hard, then we just go home. It's down the street from my house. So like, no big deal. We pull up to an iconic Austin location known as Don's Depot. It is a true Texas honky-tonk live music place. And we walk right in. Lisi paid the cover charge in cash because it was $20 for the two of us to go in the place, right?
But meanwhile, apparently I gave him 50 and didn't know. And then they're so nice. They came up and gave me my money. They're like, ma'am, like...
You gave us 50.
Adjust your freaking eye surgery, cataract surgery.
No, 100%.
Still not working.
Lisi was like having some moments of blindness all weekend. So I did have moments of calling her Andrea Bocelli, which is offensive, but it's just like, sorry, Andrea. So like that was a prime Andrea Bocelli moment, just like handing over a 50 when you should have been handing over a 20. Like I can't breathe. Shit is so funny. And so we go in. We have the best time ever. And when I tell you GLUs, I have never seen a second wind like this in my life. It was full borderline personality disorder, Sybil, bipolar. Like it was so
AGS.
crazy. Like the way that you were so ready to like tap out when we left the restaurant. And then we walked in. And I was sitting next to a 22-year-old excited for a night out. All of a sudden, I was like, what just happened? We laughed our asses off. Like I laughed at that bar harder than I have in a long time. Wheezing, clutching my chest, like wiping tears from my eyes, crying, laughing. There was a woman that sat next to us that left her drink and set a napkin and her reading glasses on top of her drink. And so for the rest of the weekend, every time I returned from the restroom, Lisi had set my sunglasses or some kind of glasses on top of my drink. Like it's now forever the move for when someone leaves the table, set your glasses on top of your drink.
But like she left her Louis Vuitton purse there.
Right.
Like she's so worried about what getting roofied, but my purse is fine. Like
yeah,
it was a move.
So we're having the best time. And then the cherry on top of all of it being that we run into someone that I used to date that Lisi has heard so much about over the past 3.5 years. Someone I dated years ago, totally fine, totally copacetic, unbelievably friendly, but you got to put a face to the lore. And we like talked to him and everything. Yeah. It was incredible. I was
and
just
he has like a Texas like cowboy hat that he takes off to shake a lady's hand. I really kind of loved the Texas man thing there. And
you were fascinated by that.
The gentlemanliness of it. And yet I know they're all like nasty dogs. Like below the surface and the duality of that, which I found also kind of hot, but weird. I can't wait for you to come to Laguna because the way that everyone in Austin is like the cowboy boots and the hats.
Yeah.
Which almost seems like comical. I'm like, are they doing this for real or is it ironic? Like, yeah, what's happening? But then I realized, no, when you come here, you're going to see everyone's in a trucker hat and flip-flops. Yeah. And that is 100% how everybody goes out. Like nicest restaurants to everything. That's just the uniform. To you, it's going to look like, is everyone like
No, I'm going to have to take a
Dramamine
and a Pepsid because I don't want to see a man's feet. ever. I don't want to
All
see
you're
men's
gonna
feet.
see.
I'm gonna see so
Like
many
the
men's
toe
toes, and like
with the bushel of hair.
I'm
all of
throwing
it.
up in my mouth. Like, I seriously, I'm gonna have to take some medication, but it's gonna be okay. It is very that the trucker hat is the cowboy hat. Like, it's when guys don't want to like wash their hair and put a comb through it, they throw on a cowboy hat and go to lunch. It's a completely different culture. So I enjoyed seeing you, like taking you to that honky tonk place and like
Oh, it's the best.
and like being immersed in it and enmeshed in like Austin. That is true, like Austin culture, that place, like to a T, which is why I wanted to take you there. But like to see you experience the joy of it and the culture shock all at the same time was like chef's kiss. Like, it's all I could have wanted. We had the best time. Woke up the next day. We were supposed to go on a long walk on the trail, and you were unwell. You were struck by
I
the
was
devil.
unwell all night. My AGS was flaring up.
Yep.
And I texted you probably at 5 a.m., like, because I started to panic. This is where, like, my anxiety will kick in. I'm expected to be somewhere. I can't show up. I'm going to ruin it for her. I'm like, what's wrong with me? I have blisters on my feet from walking to Sammy's, like, all of it. And I don't want to disappoint you. And I don't want to be like that person who's tapping out and not fun. But, like, I honestly don't. Like,
No,
I
but
wanna
also
just
know
sleep and
thyself.
not-
Like, you can't, like, don't push yourself too. Like,
Yeah.
why?
Because
For what?
you did such a cute job of like organizing everything, and I didn't want to not partake and all this. But then I texted and then finally fell asleep because the relief of not worrying about it anymore was gone. So I could sleep.
Yeah.
And I wake up and you were just having such a pleasant, I think you needed it too. I gave you permission to
It was
just
nice.
take a minute.
I haven't had a slow Saturday morning like that in in months. Like months. I mean, honestly, probably since like March. I have not had a morning like that. So I sipped my coffee and snuggled with the dog and scrolled TikTok, and I just had like a slow, quiet morning. It was lovely. But then we ended up pulling ourselves together and going to Tex-Mex, which was great. You got to meet some friends of mine at that restaurant. So fun. And then we went to the best antique store ever, Uncommon Objects, and just like I bought stuff, the best.
Uh-huh.
And then we discovered our one true love, which is Pepsid.
I had never really even known about Pepsid, but I have a friend here, shout out Heather, who is always like, I mean, she can throw back some rosé, but she's always like, I need a Pepsid. I'm out of my Pepsid. She takes Pepsid before she starts drinking. And I've always sort of heard her do this, but it's never been something I need. So I kind of like let it go. But then in the moment when my stomach was just, again, AGS Falera, and I was like, I don't know what to do. And then hearing Heather with the Pepsid popped in my head, and we went to buy it. I'm like, maybe that'll work. And boy, oh boy, first of all, we listened to Mbop, which thank you for that.
Yes, we listened to Mbop. And then I also played you my generation's version of Mbop, which is Burn It Up by the Jonas Brothers, which you had never heard, which is absolutely wild. And the GLUs are all screaming into their like AirPods right now because it is our national anthem. So that was a great time. And then we had like a perfect amount of time to turn around. So like, if I do say so myself, like luck was on our side. Everything went very seamlessly in terms of like, we had reservations some of the time, but we walked in a lot too to restaurant, and it all just worked out, and like the gods were with us. So I made us a reservation. Every time I have like a girly pop in town, I make a reservation for cocktails at Goldie's at the proper hotel. I knew you would love it. Like it's
Kelly
so
Wursler,
chic.
decorate, like
to
my
die
favorite.
for. Such a vibe. And so I actually took Sophie Everhard there when she was in town one time. I've met her for drinks there maybe more than once. Because here's the thing, and I was breaking it down with my dad when I was recapping our trip. The thing that I love about that bar, it's the cocktail equivalent of coffee shop and chic. It's not too loud in there. The music isn't blasting, but there's like such atmosphere and energy and things going on, but like the room is small, the music's not too loud, and like everyone's just having a cocktail and civilized conversation.
But it's also like so small that there feels like this exclusivity, not in a snobby way, but in a we're all lucky enough to be in here because it's
in
tiny.
This fabulous room. Yeah.
Yes. And there's an intimacy, even if you're not interacting with the other people at the other tables, there's a sort of intimacy knowing we did interact, which that was the most bizarre.
Okay, so then we meet these gentlemen. I've never felt so overlooked in my life. They were so taken by Lisi. I was literally like sitting in my cute polka dot dress with my cleavage up to my collarbones. This man did not see me, not heard. Soul correction. Like I literally was your soul correction for that. This gentlemen. There was a group of like 60-year-old men on a bachelor
Let's
party.
just pause right there. There's a reason, like, I'm more in their demo than you are.
They
Granted,
were
like,
so enamored by you. They were like obsessed. I was like, what a nice little ego boost for you. I was honestly, I'm joking about being overlooked. I was loving watching the entire interaction. I was like, not these men being obsessed with Lisi.
they asked if you were my daughter. So let's start there.
That is true. That is true.
And I couldn't even find it in my sensitive skin to be insulted. You could be, aside from looking absolutely nothing like me whatsoever. Like, age-wise, you could be.
Totally.
So, like, let's just not be offended by the fact that, but who asked that? That's literally like, we know not to ask someone if they're pregnant. Don't ask if that's your daughter, ever.
I mean, the way that I had no words for when that gentleman said, "Is this your daughter?" I'm like,
dude,
get me out of here. I want to crawl under the table right now. It's literally like asking a woman like when she's due. Like, what are you doing? But needless to say, it was a group of like rich AF 60-year-old men on a bachelor party. They were so obsessed with Lisi. He had he had 3 Suburbans on standby, like car service drive. They offered us their car service to take us to dinner from the restaurant.
Which I'm like, that sounds good. You're like, no. I'm like, why not?
Oh, I take from no men. No, I refuse. I'm like, ugh. And then what? You're calling me later, like after doing a line of coke? Like, get away from me. Like, I can't. Like,
no,
it was
these
fun
guys
while
were
it lasted.
so metrosexual. Like they had money, ready to
Tom
throw it
Ford,
around,
head to toe, like Rolex, Gucci. It was like,
but like with a leather bracelet, because like I'm also down to earth and I'm an artist. Like it was mixed messages. Like it was a vibe for sure.
It was insane.
Thick glasses.
Oh
look.
yeah.
He was like,
no,
like, no.
Started the first weed dispensary in Seattle. Like, this guy's rich as hell. It was hilarious. They bought our drinks. It was just like the perfect, like, 35-minute pop in for one, meet these crazy men that are obsessed with Lisi, get the hell out of there. We Uber to dinner, have an unbelievable dinner at the Driscoll Grill, which is a historic hotel. And that was really like, without giving away too much, our celebratory dinner. You came to visit me. It was a celebratory trip. More on that soon, not to be annoying, like teasing secret project. But it was a celebratory trip, and that was our celebratory, like, fancy dinner. And so Pepsid kicked the hell in.
We double-dosed.
We had our martinis. Yep, we double-dosed Pepsid. We had our martinis. Had like truly the best time ever. And then we get out of dinner and it wasn't even that late. This is the best, you guys.
Meanwhile, pause. We both had our fish bags, your fish bags, both that you got from Christmas.
We looked cute as hell. We got dressed up. Like we carried our fish bags. It was just the best. So then we get home. I hate wearing a dress. So I'm like ripping this off immediately, getting in my sweats immediately. And I'm like getting ready for bed and Lisi's like, let's watch something. I'm like, okay, like let's get in this massive king size bed together.
Well, I just wanted to get in the bed first because I was fucking freezing there because everybody blasts air conditioning, and in your house, it's cryogenically frozen. Like you might be 95, but your skin looks that good because you sleep on ice every goddamn night. It's so cold in there and cold in the restaurant. My teeth were chattering. Like, so I just needed to warm up before I completely turned blue.
Right.
And then,
So a movie that I have spoken to Lisi about, or I guess we haven't spoken about it all that much, but we started talking about it over the weekend.
Yeah.
I think we may have talked about it at dinner, is the classic It's Complicated, written and directed by Nancy Meyers, starring Alec Baldwin and Meryl Streep. And Lisi had never seen it. And I'm like, you're a divorced woman over 50. How have you never seen this movie? Like, I'm a divorced woman over 50 spiritually. And that's why it's my favorite movie. And so we crawl in bed together with the dog, watch It's Complicated, screaming at the screen the entire time, talking out loud, full commentary in bed. It was like, you know me well enough to know that like that is purely my heaven. That is my heaven. Is like crawling in bed and watching a Nancy Meyers movie, snuggling with the dog, ripping ass in our face.
Yes, she was. He was.
He was.
Sorry.
Non-binary.
Yeah,
Oreo.
They were.
They were. Oreo was ripping ass.
Would you say they was, or would you say they were?
They were.
You know, like English-wise, you would, but if you're talking about somebody who's non-binary,
well, we're getting off into the weeds about. I really don't want to get
still need
canceled.
to understand. Okay, fine.
I already referred to you as Andrea Bocelli. Like, this is the day that I go down. Like, this is totally the day that I go down. So we watch It's Complicated. What did you think of the film?
I absolutely loved it. We were smacking each other laughing and screaming. I loved it. I have a real problem with Steve Martin. I really do.
I know.
His smile, which seems so fake because there's so much sadness in his eyes. Like there's something about that guy's energy. Everybody loves him. They think he's like iconic. Every comedian is like, looks up to him. He's a wild and crazy guy. Like nothing makes me more nauseous than like, I'm a wild and crazy guy. And I know it's shtick and like respect Steve Martin, but no, I cannot look at him. I can't look at him as a love interest, which he was. I don't know. That guy freaks me out. And so I was having a hard time with him as Meryl Streep's potential love interest.
Yes.
Like he just seems like you can't hurt him at all or he will turn to dust. And that's not the kind of guy
kind of the
I
point.
can be with.
Right.
No, but that's not manly at all.
I know, but
Like,
that's
at
the point.
all.
He's like the nice guy that gets screwed is like his whole purpose in that movie.
I know, but eventually
He's like the fragile, nice guy that
spoiler
gets
alert,
screwed.
like she comes around to him.
You loved the movie.
Loved the movie. And then we were
It's
talking about
so
who we
good.
would cast instead of Steve Martin because
Yeah.
you don't see it at all. You don't see that like that guy would just be
I don't
liquid.
share the sentiment. Like, I like Steve Martin. He's not like my guy. I'm not like, number one
imagine?
captain of the Steve Martin fan club, like at all. Like, I understand what you're saying and I'm able to like receive it and not be offended, but I'm not like, get him off my, like, there are some people where I'm like, get them off my screen. I love him in Father of the Bride. There's some things that he's done that I do love him in.
I love him in The Jerk. Did you ever see that from
I've
like
never
the
seen The Jerk.
70s? I mean, that's
No.
like really old. I mean, he was genius in that.
I've never seen The
Genius.
Jerk. No, he's obviously like an icon for a reason. So I don't really have strong feelings. However, I do have strong feelings about people that I love to see on my screen, and two of them are Alec Baldwin and Meryl Streep.
Oh,
Just
those two were
love those two on my screen. Like no questions asked.
Yeah, they were
Beyond.
both incredible. Alec Baldwin in that movie was hilarious.
I think
mean,
it's
it was
some of
great.
his best
Everybody's-
work. Like I really
it
do.
was he played it so perfectly and so well. Like no
Yeah.
notes. No
it's
notes.
It's a brilliant movie. It's gorgeous to look at. It feels like a vacation that you get to go on. I mean, all of her movies are like that, which is why I love them so much. They're so beautiful and so aspirational and shot beautifully. I mean, like all of it. We were screaming about all of it the entire time we were watching it, which I thoroughly enjoyed. So we go to bed. It was pure heaven. Sleep like rocks. We get up the next morning, go have a fabulous brunch. That brunch was unreal.
I loved it.
At June's all day on South Congress, and then had a shopping day down South Congress. And we
It was great.
bought candles. Like it was so fun. That was like a perfect Austin Sunday to me. Walking down South Congress after a fabulous brunch, ending at Hotel San Jose and having a froze on that patio. It was
great.
just so to die for. That was a
It was
perfect
perfect.
Austin Sunday. It really was. And then you had to leave and I like truly wanted to die.
But the best part, this is where like I'm a little bit weird because I was so touched when you were like, can you just Uber to the airport? Like for some reason,
I was so tired.
I loved that you were that honest. Like that to me is true friendship when you're like, yeah, I can't take you. I'm exhausted. And it just felt like so real.
Yeah.
That I was telling you, like, I get so flattered when somebody just like takes a bite of food off my plate without asking or like grabs my drink and takes a sip like that. The intimacy and ease of that is like my love language. And that you were just like, yeah, I can't take you.
Like I'm
Yes.
I'm not worried. Like, what are you gonna be mad at me? Like I knew like, okay, if I stay home because I've been running hard for 4 days in a row and like I'm exhausted.
For you to go, yeah, I'm tapping out. I'm like, oh my God, she is human.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
so glad I
was
found the
I
line.
was exhausted and it was such energy, like planning the whole trip and like it all just like once it was over, I was like, I'm gonna die. I'm ordering Chinese takeout. Like I'm exhausted, like totally, and like
That looked
love you,
so good.
but like cannot drive you to the airport 20 minutes there and back. Like I cannot spend an hour in the car. Like there's just no way. It's not happening. So you Uber to the airport, and it was so funny as we were saying goodbye. I was like, we're like in a long distance relationship. I literally was
Totally.
like, when do I get to see you again?
Yeah.
And
You
I booked
are.
my flight. I'm
I
coming to
am
Laguna.
so excited.
I will be there Labor Day weekend.
Excited.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you. I've already made a reservation that now I'm thinking of canceling and moving to another night. I'm of course the whole thing, but
So
I'm
excited.
so excited.
Cannot
I cannot wait to show you like my version of your version of life.
I'm
And it's going to
obsessed.
be very different.
I
And
can't wait to just like be hosted. Okay, so we did take our soul correction tests through your guru, and my soul correction is that I'm obsessed with having control. And so I think this will be a really nice moment of just like relinquishing all control, like Jesus, take the wheel, let go and let Lisi, and you are going to be my spirit guide in Laguna, and it will be so fun. I'll just show up, just tell me when to be ready. And like, that's an amazing, I never get to do that. I'm always the one planning everything. So like, it'll actually be amazing. Like,
But I'm
wait.
nervous because I hate being responsible for other people's good time. That's like my soul correction rising.
But at the same time, like, think about it. Like, the best time that we had, honestly, the entire weekend, we ate at 5-star restaurants multiple times. And the best time we had was screaming at the TV in bed, and it's complicated. Like, honestly, so who cares?
No, it's going to be great. It's
gonna be
wait.
incredible.
Yeah.
But I guess the takeaway from the entire weekend is like, why is connection IRL so much better? What do you think it is? Can you boil it down to, can you articulate it? Because we are now on a different wavelength than before, which is crazy. I didn't know that we could get any closer, and now here we are.
It is. And I almost want to take it into this other direction that just popped into my head now. The whole like people having relationships with AI. It kind of speaks to that, where there's something in us that if you are not in a 3-dimensional space, like breathing the same air, seeing the totality of a person, getting those nuances and the neurons and all of it, you are not forging a true connection. Like, you just aren't.
Yeah.
And so the people that are in those relationships with AI, for example, there's so much that is missing. You are getting like just what you're asking for fed back to you, but you're not getting that like conflict. And not that we had conflict, but there's moments of like, oh my God, what does she look like in real life?
Or even like, is Ellen going to be mad at me for not wanting to go on a hike? And then of course I'm like, of course not. Like, let's rot and then go have Tex-Mex. Like, I don't care.
But then we work through it. And it's like, instead of just living in an echo chamber, you're having to negotiate these little tiny things constantly.
Yeah.
And I think it's through those little negotiations that you get closer. It's through, oh my God, like I have acid reflux right now. So do I. Let's go get Pepsid. That's a weird example, but it's like this shared experience that you cannot get over a screen.
Right.
I didn't think that would happen. I didn't know how much deeper we could feel. I think it's a feeling. It's not even like, oh, we talked about so much more, like more intimate things, and we trusted each other because we were in person.
Right. No,
that
it wasn't
happened
even that.
actually, but it wasn't that. It was just somehow I don't know, breathing
shared
the same
experiences
air.
and lore and like all of like, and it's really interesting. I was talking about this yesterday at the 4th of July party that I was at. I was talking about the new book and everything that we're working on and all of that. And I was talking to someone that I went to high school with, and just kind of like the ethos of this story. And it's like, there is nothing that can replace a shared experience in terms of bonding with a person. A unique shared experience. And like a unique shared experience is also like you catching the craziest second wind that I've ever seen at Don's Depot. You know what I mean? Like, totally. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, nothing bonds people and creates connection more than in real life shared experience, which was like our entire weekend. I just could not feel luckier or more grateful. It was so fun. And I can't wait to come visit you now.
Yeah, totally. And it's just like, it is just an interesting, I'm not going to even say realization, because I'm sure we all intellectually know that when you're in real life, it's just a better connection. Like, I'm not saying anything that nobody doesn't already know. We know we're not doing that. But I would say, instead of a realization, it's such a great reminder, because it is so easy for all of us. Even when you and I was laughing, when you and I, we leave each other voice messages, memos, whatever those fucking things are called. Voice memos.
Voice
message.
Notes,
whatever those are. Not a voicemail. Voice message.
We send
we
like
do that
voice memos back and
times
forth
a day.
all day.
And I live for them. And then
same.
I was laughing because there's so many times, sometimes you'll leave like 10-minute ones, 7-minute ones. And I want to keep responding to things that you're saying, but then you move on to the next thing. And I'm trying to make mental notes of all the things I want to respond to. And in my head, I'm like, oh, they should make a version of this feature where you can respond to the person in real time. And I'm like, that's a conversation.
Phone call.
Yeah. And we're also used to sort of choosing our own adventure now. And, I get to talk at you for as long as I want and say all the things and not have to be interrupted. Relationships have become so one-sided in the virtual realm that it is a very important reminder for all of us to like pick up the phone, make the effort to go outside the house.
Get
We
out of
have
the
to make
group
that
chat and go
effort.
on the girls' trip. Like,
Get out. Dude,
you know, it's
God,
all of it.
perfectly said. Get out of the
Yeah.
group chat and go on the girls' trip. It is
Yeah.
so perfect. And be uncomfortable and learn how to navigate someone else's stomach issues or time zones,
Or like
whatever
the way
it
that
is.
they travel. Yeah, like traveling with people is a very telling thing, especially when you're dating somebody too. Like when you go on your first trip together, it's like, oh, like this is a big indicator of like the kind of person that you are, the way that you travel and
Totally.
all of that. And like how flexible and adaptable you're willing to be. Yeah, it's a very telling experience. And all that our weekend told me is that like I'm obsessed with you even more. And like
Same.
it's just the greatest gift
the greatest.
ever. And I
Yeah.
can't wait to come see you. So housekeeping things. It is the first week of July. Announcement for the GLUs. We are taking a summer hiatus. We are going to take a little break. I am doing a lot of traveling in July. Lisi is doing a lot of writing in July and August.
And aesthetically, guys, like no word of a lie, I cannot deal with this background for one more second. Like I feel ashamed that this is just the situation of my life, but I am taking this time to decorate my office. It's going to be adorable. Whatever we come back to, it's for you. Like I am going to have an amazing background. No more echoes, no more white wall, no more ugliness. Like I'm stepping it up. You're worth it. We're all worth it. So I'm excited to like unveil something new in a couple weeks.
Yeah, and as far as Oh My God goes, we're gonna have a little bit of a rebrand. Also, like we're updating our logo, we're updating our cover art, we're doing like some fun things that we just need a break to kind of zoom out and recalibrate our systems, not be caught up in recording and editing, and then we come back the first Tuesday of August with It's Not Easy Being Mean book club, and then we are off to the races from there, and we'll continue through the holidays. So we're taking the month off. I'm traveling. Lisi's writing, getting her office together. And then we're coming in hot the first Tuesday of August, and I can't wait.
Can't wait.
And we'll feel so energized too. Like everyone needs a break. I think it'll be good for all involved. So if you have not listened to past episodes, this is a good time to catch up on other episodes. Also on our Substack, catch up on all of the other content because we're gonna go dark for a second. Not completely, but just for a little bit.
Can I say one more thing?
Of
that
course.
I forgot that I wanted to mention.
Yes.
So my sister Carly listens to every episode and she heard the Iman episode and remember Iman was talking about her obsession with Olivia Rodrigo. And Carly was like, oh my God, because like Iman and Ellen were talking about that, I went like and listened to all her stuff and I'm obsessed. Then Carly, because of you guys, got me obsessed. Now I'm obsessed. I'm going to go also spend the month going deep. Her stuff, her lyrics,
I love her.
She's great. And she's
like amazing.
I want to go see her in
She's
concert.
like the Gen Z Alanis Morissette, honestly. Like she is.
That's what someone said to me last night. I heard more like a Taylor Swift meets Haim. Do you know Haim? I think I've told you.
Yeah, but like the ragey girl energy, scorned woman energy is why I'm saying Alanis. Like it lyrically, she's more Taylor Swift influenced, I believe.
Yes.
But the ethos and the energy that she's giving is
I agree.
Alanis. She's Gen Z Alanis. Like it's like that twist on it. Like, and I love it. I love it.
Great.
I think she's unbelievably talented. Yeah, no, I love her.
So I just had to drop that in there. Okay.
With that said, should we wrap up and do our current State of the Union for this week until we come back in August?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, so this is a segment that we do every week on this show, our current State of the Union, which is inspired by our Queen Bee Massey block from the Clique series, of course. And how it goes is I give my in and out for the week, Lisi gives her in and out for the week, and then we come up with a collective based off of everything that we've just talked about. So, Lisi, how about you go first? What is on your in and out list this week?
I'm going to say out is peptides, even though I know they're in, but it works for me like word wise. And in is Pepsid. Pepsid in, peptides out.
Love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, my in and out for the week is actually based off of everything that we've talked about. And also, I'm just trying to implement this more into my life, especially over the next month, like while we're on break, really focusing on being present and connecting with the people. I have so much family and friend time coming up over the next couple of weeks, which I'm so thrilled about. And I really just want to be present. So my in is IRL. My out is URL.
That is so good.
Thank
that
you
is
so much.
so good. That is so good.
Thank you.
Now our collective pause. I have one.
Okay.
In AGS out IBS.
Done. A State of the Union has never come so easily. Done. AGS, alpha-gal syndrome.
Out IBS, snoozer. That's like Gen Pop stomach issues. AGS
Totally.
is for the alpha girl.
I'm crying laughing. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess we head off into our summer.
My God,
full
I'm
throttle.
sad.
Here we go.
Full
I know.
throttle.
It is sad, but we'll be back so soon. It'll be over in a flash. And we're going to come back, you guys, in August, like bigger and better than ever. So many exciting things on the horizon, so many exciting announcements without being annoying. So much greatness in our future. I'm thrilled and I cannot wait to come back. But for now, thank you so much for listening to our show. I'm Ellen Marlowe.
I am Lisi Harrison, proud AGS survivor. Send your questions, anything medical, emotional, spiritual, or physical, to thestateofthereunion@gmail.com.
Yes, we would love to hear from you all. Also, please engage with us on our social media at Oh My God Podcast on Instagram, TikTok. This podcast is available wherever you listen to podcasts. We're available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We're also available in video format on YouTube, so definitely be sure to check that out, as well as our Substack, stateofthereunion.net, where we did a whole behind-the-scenes vlog of Lisi's trip to Austin, which is great. So if you want to see visually everything we just talked about, be sure to subscribe and check that out. And all sorts of other Clique updates. It's very Clique-centric over there, and it's just a really fun community. So definitely check that out. Please leave comments, reviews, 5-star ratings, all the things, GLUs. We will see you the first Tuesday in August with our book club episode of It's Not Easy Being Mean. Yay. Love you so much. We will not see you next Tuesday, but see you in August.
See you next Tuesday in August. Love you madly.
Bye.
Bye.